Hey Scott, okay, so we've got a new webinar tomorrow and Lisa is going to be having me present to her people. So I've actually created a new slide and I wanted some feedback from yourself just to let you know exactly what you feel about this slide. It's just to give users a little introduction to myself. Now, I've never done anything like this before, but I've seen it on other webinars and I feel it would help warm up the users to me. Now, I don't know if I've actually got it down to the T yet. I might make some more changes, but I want your advice on this. So anyway, I'm going to start from the current slide. It's going to be only a quick slide that I'm going to take you through. So let's just say, for example, Lisa's just passed it over to me and I'm going to start from there. Okay, so thank you very much, Lisa, and I really appreciate the introduction. For everyone else, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me clearly as well. So if you can just give me a yes in the chat box that you can see my screen and you can hear me, then that will be good to go. Okay, fantastic. So I can see loads of yeses coming in. So anyway, we're going to be going through and I'm going to be showing you today how you can dominate Google using video, and I'm going to be sharing and showing you a fully automated technique and how we can do this in a fully automated manner and within minutes. But first, I'm not actually sure how many of you guys actually know me. So what I'm going to do is give you a quick introduction of myself, and then I promise we're going to get in with today's webinar straight away. So first of all, this is who am I? My name is Abbas Ravji. I'm married. I've got 3 children. This is actually an up-to-date picture of me and my 2 sons. I've actually got a daughter as well, but unfortunately she's not available in this picture. So anyway, let me give you some information about myself. So I previously worked about 8-9 years ago, we're talking now. I worked in a call center, and I worked in call centers for years. I've actually sold mobile phones. I've done warm and cold calling and sales. And I've sold business to business. And I've also, well, the last 3 or 4 years in my career as a telesales agent, it was actually in insurance. I was doing home insurance, car insurance, van insurance. And I used to actually work for a company called Budget Insurance, and I was FSA regulated, and I was fully compliant with my with giving advice on insurance and selling insurance as well. And I was actually a mentor as well. So anyone new that came into the business or any new staff that we took in, I used to mentor them and show them how to do things as well. So it was a fairly challenging job only to start with, though, and I enjoyed it only for a very brief time. But to be totally honest with you guys, I wasn't comfortable at work. I wasn't making enough money. I actually hated to be on the phones, and I was so determined to do something more for myself. And that's when I started to look at selling and buying and selling, and that's when I started to sell on eBay. As soon as I started to sell on eBay, guys, PayPal froze my account. I had cash problems and I became very desperate, and needless to say, my wife wasn't happy as well. In fact, I'll actually tell you how everything happened. I was feeling a little bit depressed at work, to be honest with you. I had there was loads of things going on at work. I didn't like it, and I took a lot of time off from work, and this is when I started to do my research, and I came across appliances. I actually sourced these appliances from Birmingham. I used to live in Birmingham at the time, there were TVs, and I made a listing on eBay, a featured listing, and I put 10 TVs on there. I was buying these TVs for like £200. They were refurbished TVs, by the way, so they were I was getting them at a very competitive price as well, and I actually sold these on eBay, and I sold all 10 of them in one listing over one night. So I had over £250 going into my PayPal. It was unusual activity. PayPal froze my account, but they didn't actually freeze it. What they said is that we're not going to give you the money yet. We want you to post out the TVs. We want to see the reviews come in. Once the reviews and everything come in, then we'll actually release the funds. Well, they didn't say that, but that's what they were saying, as far as I could understand. Once I'd done everything, then PayPal kept my money for 180 days, which was a major issue for me, because obviously it was quite a big sum of cash at that time anyway. Even now, £2,500 is a nice sum of cash. Anyway, so I ended up looking at new ways to do things, because I still had a nice product line that I knew I could sell, and it was very competitively priced. So I created my own store. I learned about hosting. I didn't have a clue about hosting. I learned about how to create websites. In fact, I can remember my days with Zencar, which is an e-commerce platform, and it used to take me over about 8 or 9 hours just to move the logo around. And it did take me lots and lots of time. Once it was done, done, I had no traffic, so I had to start paying Google AdWords, and it was way too expensive. I wasted even more money. Sometimes I'd pay Google £5, £10 per day without actually making a single sale, which was, you know, it wasn't very good. That's when I started to look around, and I started to test multiple methods. There was lots and lots of failures, and finally I met someone who I learned from. I spent months refining the techniques that I learned till I found the perfect method and the perfect way. I found a new passion in ranking sites, and I became extremely good at it, and that's when I opened up my own SEO business, which was called Big SEO Techniques. It used to rank on page 1 of Google for things like SEO UK, cheap SEO services, cheap SEO UK, SEO company. It doesn't rank anymore, guys, because I stopped providing services, and it's been many years since I stopped providing them services now. But anyway, I was earning a passive income, and the appliances business that I created after PayPal froze my account, I actually sold that for £25,000, and this was within 1 year of actually opening up that business. So everything happened within the period of 1 year, I actually started to develop tools to automate my business. I had loads of SEO clients. In fact, I believe we had about up to 30 SEO clients at one time, or maybe a little bit more, all paying between £150 to £750 a month. And I put together a very talented team of developers, and we started to sell automated tools to help others in the same way that we developed them for ourselves and how they would help us. And now we have tens of thousands of customers. We've sold tens of thousands of licenses of multiple products that we have, and we continue to update. And we're very, very active in our industry as well. So anyway, this is who I am. This is a quick, brief explanation of who I am as well. And, you know, we have so many tools out there as well. But what I want to show you and what I want to teach you today is about how you can actually use video to dominate Google. So I'm going to quickly go through a few slides just to tell you exactly what you're going to learn, how this fits in with your business, and how I'm going to be showing you something that, you know what, you really can't afford to miss out on. And then I promise you, we're going to get into the meat of things in today's webinar.